what's up, everyone? It's that time again, and it's only took 2 weeks because of this stupid puzzle. It's me, Professor Broman, and welcome to AskBroman 86. We have a return guest today. His name is LibraLebron, and he's a very fantastic guy. We had great conversations last time, so we thought I'd bring him back since it's a new year, and he has lots of positive, fantastic energy. Hey, T-Rex, what's up? Thanks for the raid. We just started the podcast, but I felt rude if I wouldn't have said thank you. This is a fucked up intro. But yeah, Libra's here, so yeah, you want to say hi?
Hi, that's me.
That's this guy right here.
That's me.
And if you're new to the podcast, this is a podcast about, you know, helping you live your best life or make your best content or whatever the fuck you want it to be about, because it's about you and asking questions and stuff. But I thought it'd be good, since it's a new year and everybody's focusing on like New Year's resolutions, to bring on Libra, because we had such a great conversation last time about everything about life and just kind of getting to know each other. And so I thought it'd be fun to have a couple of conversations about topics this time. And there's two things that have been on my mind a lot lately, and it seems like it's been on a lot of New Year's resolutions about being yourself. Did you notice that, like, this year on Twitter?
Yep.
Everybody's like, this is the year I'm gonna
into the box.
This is the year that I'm gonna be my fucking self. And so I thought, like, you know, we probably could have a good discussion about our journeys to that and what it was like. So, like, I don't know if that was ever a thing for you. Were you always just like, fuck you, I am who I am? Or
no, I tried to conform when I first started, like, because as I've said before, I'm not an internet guy. I didn't start from the internet. I haven't been on the internet for 10 plus years, none of that. Like, I found Twitch and started being active on the internet. So my first thing was, okay, I watch these people, this seems interesting, let me try to do that. And then slowly but surely I started realizing it might work, but I can't do the fake it to make it persona. It doesn't stick with me. So I was like, all right, fuck what y'all doing. I'm gonna do what I want and hope that it works. And it's been. And I feel like too many people start how I started with the thought process of, oh, I'm just gonna do what they do. I'm just gonna say what they say. I'm gonna speak how they speak. I'm gonna stream how they stream. I'm gonna live the way that I think other people expect me to live. And they don't live for themselves. And then when people start delving into, wait, my personality has this quirk? Wait, I can do this way? Wait, so I'll stand out if I actually do what I want instead of what I think people want me to do? Then it makes you not be trapped in what someone else's opinion is, and you start doing exactly what you want to do, and you're happy.
I agree. I think that, so, like, to go back, because everyone was like, oh, what do you mean? Like, who else would they be if they weren't themselves? I think that one of the big problems when it comes to content creation, and I think, like, culturally, it's something that a lot of people have become aware of. I don't know whether it was just that 2018 kicked everyone in the balls so hard, they were like, fuck this shit! Or what, but it, you know, I don't know the right way to say it. Like, you edit yourself, right? Like, when you see what, you know, other people want or what other people like, you edit yourself. Like, whether it's your parents or it's your friends or whoever, your fucking boss at work, you edit yourself to fit into whatever hole that you're presented in. Like, you have to, like, you're like, well, fuck it, like, I have to make this shit work. Yep. You put on a persona in order to be more successful or to be more accepted or to, you know, or to reach the people that you want to reach. Like, you sacrifice your authentic self for something that's synthetic because you think, like, that's the best choice. But ultimately, I think a lot of people learn this year, that makes you incredibly fucking unhappy. Yep. Like, you don't, like, when I was growing up, and we've talked about this on stream a bunch, like, I went to a private school, which was great, and my parents really wanted me to get a fantastic education, and my mom sacrificed a lot, my dad sacrificed a lot so that me and my brother and my sister could make that, you know, we could get that education. But I was put in this really weird situation where I was the super poor kid in the really rich kids school. My mom was the janitor. And so like I did anything I could to try and get respect. Like I'd lie all the fucking time. You know, if I wanted to, like, you know, they'd be like, oh, I'm going to Aspen. And I'd be like, yeah, me too. We're going on a great vacation, but I don't know where. Like, I was really just sitting in my house playing fucking video games. But like, I wanted so, like, I was. But I would just lie because I so desperately just wanted to, like, make it work and to feel like I could fit in.
And that honestly goes back to what I said in our first episode together, which was people try so hard to impress other people instead of impressing themselves. And that comes with a lot of confidence. And if you don't have confidence in who you really are, in what you actually can put out, in the content that you create, in the people around you, and you don't surround yourself with good energy that's going to build you up and like give you a stronger character and actually give you some backbone. Because a lot of people, you don't necessarily have to go through a lot of bullshit like I have, like you have. Like, you don't have to go through shit to make you stronger.
That's true.
You could just surround yourself with strong people. You can surround yourself with like-minded individuals that want the same kind of shit you do, that want to push for greater, that don't want to be complacent, that don't want to sit there and just be like, all right, I'm going to just wait for something to happen. Nah, that are going to get up and bust their ass because they want something as much as you do. You don't have to be poor. You don't have to grow up with a shitty life. You don't have to be in an abusive home. You don't have to have parents that wasn't there. You don't have to be without a father. Yeah, I fit in all those categories, but you don't have to go through the shit I went through to be as strong as me, or to have the mentality I have, or to want to build yourself up and be greater than everyone else that came before you. You just have to have a mentality that you want to do that you don't want to be just another person. Like it's a scary thing, I guess, to most people, but my main goal is to never be a statistic. I don't ever want to have to be on a fucking t-shirt, bro. Like, I don't want people to tweet out rest in peace ever. Like, I don't want that. That's a main thing that pushes me, is I don't want to fucking die. That's why I got out the hood. Like, literally.
No, I understand. I get that. And for the people who have like been here before, like that was that was your reality.
Yeah.
Like, and you said something I think it's so important, and something I don't know if I've reiterated enough on the podcast, is that like so many times, like I'll have people on here and you'll hear the story of, you know, somebody who's successful and they had a shit life. And you're like, well, I didn't have a shitty life. So like, I've never built up the resilience that these people have. Like, I'll never be able to. And so it's funny because even in talking about it is super empowering for some people, but other folks hear that and they're like, well, that's not my story. It'll never be my story. So I'm fucked because shit was easier for me. But I think that you made like such a good point, and it's so important to like edit the people around you. Like, you're going to be, what's the saying? You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Factual.
And so it's not like, you know, it's not like if you like, let's say you had a really cushy life and you want to learn how to be tougher, or you want to learn how to, you know, build up more resilience, like go make friends with somebody who maybe had a tough life, or somebody who's, you know, a leader in whatever field you're trying to work in. Like, make them part of your life. Take out one of your shit friends that complains all the time and just wants to have the exact same, you know, everything, and nothing ever changes for them. And it's kind of obvious why, you know, because when you're surrounded by people who just enable you and don't challenge you, you'll never grow and you'll never change.
It's like the people that surround themselves with nothing but toxic friends and expect to not become a product of their environment.
Yeah.
Do you like, people don't realize, okay, I literally, born and raised in Brooklyn, grew up in Fort Greene projects. I literally come from the fucking gutter. You think if I stayed there, I would have been able to change my mindset? You think if I didn't get, and I'm talking about mentally, I'm not talking about physically, because I lived there and still had a different way of thinking. There's a reason I got out. It's because I had that mindset while I was still there. you have to put yourself where you want to be, not where you think you should be. Just because you are, technically I am a statistic. I'm 27, bro. I should have been dead years ago. Years ago. If we're going by statistics, I shouldn't have made it to 21. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people don't realize that you can be whatever the fuck you want to be. You just have to actually think about it. Like, the law of attraction is real. Like, speaking stuff into fruition is real. It literally, life is about your perception. If you're gonna put everything into a box of you being stuck in that box, you're never gonna do anything. You're gonna stay stuck in that. Your mentality is not gonna change. You're never gonna grow as a person. You're not gonna be stronger than anyone else. And again, I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about mentally. You're not gonna be able to have the mental fortitude to survive the type of shit that anyone like me has been through. You wouldn't make it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you do not have to go through it to understand. You literally, all of you guys that are listening, whether it be on Spotify, whether it be in chat right now, wherever it is, you guys don't have to go through the shit I went through. Just listen to my story.
Yeah.
That you can learn. You can literally live vicariously through what I've been through without going through a damn thing. You can have a silver spoon in your mouth and still have guidance. You can still have rules to your own life. You can still put yourself in the shoes of somebody who's been through some shit and feel it. You get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to put on somebody else's jacket to see if it fit. You can't just, it looked like it might fit. Let me get that. No, if you go inside a store, you go to Foot Locker, what do? You try on a pair of sneakers before you buy them, right? You're not just going, oh, give me that pair. It's a size 8, even though I might be a size fucking 12. No, you're going to see if they fit.
No, that's so, fuck, man. I love having you on. That's one of my favorite statements I've ever heard in my life about wisdom is the idea that wisdom, like wisdom can come with a couple of things. It can come with a lot of experience, it can come with a lot of knowledge. But the best kind of wisdom that anyone can acquire is innocent wisdom, which is when you fucking listen to someone else, right? You listen to whatever they've been through, whatever the shit they did. And instead of just saying like, I don't know, man, I'm going to fucking try it myself and see if they're right. Or I don't know if that's true. Like, I'll find out myself later or whatever. You say, no, I'm going to listen to this person who's taken time out of whatever the fuck they're doing to tell me to avoid something.
Bro, literally, we already made your fucking mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
We already did them.
Exactly.
I don't understand how people don't learn from others' experiences. If I already fucked up trying something, why are you going to go do it again? I already showed you it doesn't work. Do it differently. Be unique. Stand out. Why do you want, like, why do people want so hard to conform to what they think somebody wants? Do you know that the craziest people in the world are the only ones who are going to fucking change it? Do you think a person that changes the world is sitting there, I'm just going to do what everyone else did and hope for the best? No, they're taking every other curve in the road and taking a different route to try to see, you know what? Instead of just going where everyone else did, I'm going to go this way and start a whole new wave. You have to be different. If you conform to what you, and that's another thing, you don't even know if that's what people want. You're just assuming. You just put yourself in a box and think that everyone has the same opinion. You have no idea what someone thinks about you until you speak to them, until they can feel you, until they hear your story, until they understand what made you how you are, what molded you the way that you are. You get what I'm saying? There's people that haven't ever been through anything, and they are the weakest people in the world. They are people that have been through everything, and they are the weakest people in the world. It's not what you went through that makes you who you are. It's how you get through shit. That's what makes you who you are. You could come for, there's people that are so privileged in life, so privileged. They have everything, and they are still the most kind-hearted, compassionate individuals in the world. There's people that have come from nothing and got money, got everything they wanted, and they're pieces of shit.
They're miserable.
That doesn't, exactly, that's another thing. Like, success doesn't make me happy, dog. Y'all keep thinking that until you get successful and you're still miserable.
That's the, and I think to like refocus, well, not refocus, but like to apply this to, you know, the point of this podcast and why a lot of people listen to that. That's the biggest pitfall that everybody has when they start making content of any kind. It doesn't matter if you're making if you're trying to be like the hottest dude on Instagram, or you want to have like the best fucking SoundCloud, or you want to have the best podcast, you want to have the best stream, best YouTube content, whatever. You start off, and this is like where it flips. You start off because you get inspired by somebody else, and usually that person is successful, or you're a version of what you would see as successful. So whether you're like watching Twitch and it's Ninja, or you're fucking listening to podcasts and you want to be like Joe Rogan, like whoever the fuck it is, you look at them first and you're like, oh shit, this person knows what the hell's up. I love this shit. Oh man, I want to be like them. And then you get started, and then suddenly this person who was like your hero or your idol or your example becomes, mentally they become your competitor, and you constantly compare yourself to them. And you get into this fucking trap where you're like, if only I had this many more followers, if only I had this many more subs, or this many more people listening to my shit, I would be better or excited or whatever. And
that's where we get into the meme that I think you started it, but me and you went back and forth that day in your chat, and it was like, and then okay, I'm gonna give you an account with 10,000 followers, and then
yes,
what are you gonna do? Randomly start creating amazing content? No, you're still shit. That's not gonna change how you are. That's not gonna build you up. You're not practicing. You're not learning the ropes. You're not perfecting your craft. You're not doing a damn thing. You just got a number. Congratulations. Here you go. Golf clap. And
it's tough, because I feel like the past 6 months to a year, it has been very on Twitch and on a lot of places. It's become incredibly numbers focused. Like everybody's looking at, oh my God, like this fucking growth, which is like, that's incredible. And I'm not trying to shit on anybody's parade, but when the people that you look up to, and when the people you're looking at, and people who are setting your example, are constantly pushing in front of you the idea that like, the reason I am successful is because I have X amount of followers right now, it fucks you up. And so I think that one of the best things that you can do if you're listening to this podcast, and if you're not fired up right now, I probably, you don't have a heartbeat, and I'm sorry, and that's unfortunate.
We can't help you with that.
I can't help you. You should probably call an ambulance. But being authentic, that part of you that you lose when you're just in this constant competition with like a shadow man, like someone who isn't really there. You're fucking like, oh well, so and so's got 1 million followers, so I suck shit unless I have 1 million followers, or whatever. Getting out of that is getting back to who you are. So
people have to start being happy with what they do, like even if
what you have.
Yep. That's very important, to be appreciative of whatever you do have, because, and this gonna sound cliche, but I promise you it can always be worse. You think that you're in a rut right now with 3 viewers, with 1 person talking. I promise you that you can scroll 2 or 3 times with people that are at 0, that have no one watching, that no one cares. And there's hidden talent there, of course, but trust me, the little bit that you have can go so far. Everyone starts at 0. Everyone. If you go back to the origin of anybody that was successful, they started at 0. Everybody starts at the same point. Now, they might have got to 1 million before you. They might have got to a place where they're more comfortable than you, but that doesn't make you less than them. At the end of the day, every single one of us is going to be buried in a pond box 6 feet deep. Your money doesn't come with you.
Or burned up and put in an urn,
Or burned up and put in an urn. Me personally, I'm probably going to be immortalized, and they're going to make robotics to keep me forever.
I just want them to
outlive forever.
They can just pour a gold on me. Just pour gold on me, and like just be like, oh, look, it's a statue, but actually like my bones are in there, because I feel like that's real shitty and weird.
I'd put you in my backyard. That's cool.
But yeah,
like,
everybody dies.
Yo, look, that's my look. He's dead, but he's cool. He's there. He's with me in spirit.
Yeah. So it's so important to keep moving forward and move away from wherever you're at right now that's sabotaging you, whether it's pleasing other people or trying to be somebody or putting yourself in competition with someone instead of just competing against yourself, you have to keep I fucking spaced out. That's what everybody's talking about. That's what I feel like everybody wants to see, wants to hear, wants to do with their life right now. It's like, you want to be authentic. Okay, well, instead of all this other shit, you have to find out like what your passion is, like learning to embrace your journey to like wherever it is. And I think that's that's one of the hardest things for people to do, is understand that, like, okay, well, you don't have it right now and you want it, but your journey to getting it is part of what's going to make you successful when you get there. Like,
and a lot of people too is that they want it, but they're so focused on talking about how much they want it than actually grinding to get it.
They don't do anything.
Like the hundreds of people that I guarantee me and Ben get all the time. Do you have any tips about stream? Yeah, go fucking stream.
Just get started.
That's literally what I started saying now. At first, I started with, oh, you should do this, you should do, but I started realizing, no, just go do it. Stop asking me how you should do what you should be doing. You are not gonna learn by me telling you anything, because you're not gonna put what I say into effect. You're not gonna actually go and be like, all right, I'm gonna start it up right now and do everything Libra just said. No, you're gonna sit there, you're gonna bullshit in my stream, and you're not even gonna grind. So what's the point of asking for advice you're not gonna use? Now, another thing that I've noticed is people don't seem to realize how much they can inspire. And I feel personally, this is just me, I feel if you're on this planet and you have any type of voice, platform, viewer base, anything where people will listen to you, and you do not attempt to inspire, you're a waste. I don't think you're doing anything. I think you're taking up space for someone else that could be in your spot, inspiring people to be better fucking people. Because at the end of the day, everyone wants the same thing. Everyone wants to chase the same goals. Everyone wants to talk about it and not be about it. If you're not inspiring people to be better, then what are you actually doing? Because that is what stays with people. That's the thing that has the next generation do it again and repeat your process and rinse and repeat and make good people, genuinely make good people. You have to try to inspire somebody. If you say something and it's not with a thought of, maybe this can help someone, maybe this can change someone's life, maybe this can make someone laugh. It can be something simple. Simple as just saying something stupid that'll make somebody smile, make somebody laugh, make somebody's day brighter. You know what I'm saying? If you can't even try to do that and you live your life going through trying to be toxic as fuck, trying to make sure that everyone has a bad time, trying to be negative, you're not accomplishing anything. You're literally just a waste of space. And that's just a fact.
I think that one of the biggest lessons that I learned growing up is that no matter where you're at or what you've done, if you something as simple as just sharing your story, something as simple as sharing whatever hurt or whatever was successful, like someone is always going to relate to that. And you might think that no one will. You might think that there's, 100 other people and they've all been through the same shit that you've been through and no one's going to listen and it's not important. I love having Libra on. Everyone gets so fired up. You might think that none of the shit that you're doing is important, but it's not true. It doesn't matter if, you are the 100th person to say the same thing that someone's heard 100 times before, because when you say it, it might be the right time or the right context or the right moment for that person to listen to you. I have had this fucking fight with my wife 100 times. She'll tell me shit over and over and over again, and she'll be the person who put the idea in my head, and then I'll hear someone else say it, and I'll go, oh, holy shit, this is so smart. And she'll be like, fucking really? And I'll be like, yes. Yes, yeah, you did say that. I'm sorry. But that's the thing, is like you can be the person who plants the seed, or you can be the person who harvests it or waters it or whatever the fuck sort of, you know, part in the process are you, whatever part of the process you're in. Just sharing that thing matters. And maybe you only got 1 or 2 things to say. So say them. Say them every day. Like, if you look at anyone who's done a great job inspiring people, they usually have 1 or 2 points. And they just keep saying that shit over and over and over again, because it takes that long to get through people's thick skulls. Or it takes that long to catch someone in a moment where they can think.
And if you can get somebody to put aside their everyday negative thinking, to even take a second to listen to something good that you have to say, I promise you it affects people. Even if you don't think about it, if you're just like, I'm just talking shit to a couple people, you know, oh, one person liked the tweet, it doesn't matter. But if it's something that can stick with someone, you never know first of all, you never know who's watching, and you never know who's listening.
Yep.
It's people that, like when I put out the little videos of me going live and shit, right?
Yeah.
And I say, catch these vibes and catch these hands. That's a little catchphrase, you know, it's a little funny thing. Everyone fucking knows I say it. But it's more than that. It's something that it pushes people to be positive. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, everyone knows I'm a positive person. And I come from search and destroy lobbies in Black Ops 2, telling people to do obscene things with things in their household. You know? Yeah. Like I've been that. But I've grown so much as a person, as a content creator, as a friend. Like I'm gonna shout out the homie Bife real quick. Yeah. He was going through some stuff, you know, had his mental health issues and all that. And who would think that the hood motherfucker from Brooklyn would be the one to help him come back from that? And I didn't say nothing about it. He said it. He admitted it, you know? He told people, listen, this guy got me through some shit, you know? And we're literally 2 different people, everything is different about us. Like, you think me and Broman shouldn't be a couple? Me and Bife are even further. This motherfucker's from where I don't know where he lives, but he's over there. He's not over here.
Yeah, I actually don't know where he lives either. He probably somewhere around London, accent. I'm assuming, because they all live like around London.
Something with a cool flag.
We're really geographically ignorant here, and that's fine.
Yeah. And nobody would have ever thought that, first of all, that would be one of my closest homies right now, that I would have been able to help him get through that state of depression and everything that was going on, you know? It would never be something that you would look and be like, oh yeah, they're friends, you know? Yeah. And to think that I didn't even know I was affecting him like that. Like, he was following me for months before I even followed him and knew about his stuff or anything. And to think that, and that's another reason why I say you never know who's watching. You never know who's paying attention to what you're saying. Just because somebody don't speak to you all the time, or you're not up each other's ass, or you're not interacting on a daily basis, doesn't mean you don't have a connection with somebody. Like, stuff really can be just over the internet. And it can be something that'll last forever. These are the type of effects that I have on people that I don't even know I have until they tell me. And I'm like, wait, what? And that's when I can come back and be like, damn, little did you know, look what you did for me.
It's so important to use, and this goes back to your fundamental beliefs about platforms and people listening and all that shit, is that, you know, when you're, whatever you're putting out there, and this is something that I tried really hard to do starting like in the middle of last year, whatever you're putting out there all the time, like, a lot more people see it than you think. Like, on average, if I tweet, you know, it'll get like, I don't know, like 5 retweets, 100 likes, whatever. And you're like, ah, cool. You got like a 200,000 person account. So like, what the fuck are you doing wrong? Your interaction's really low. And like, that's all the marketing shit that people will like pay attention to. But when you look at impressions or like how many people, it's consistent. It's a consistently It is an insanely disproportionate number, and I feel like that's the number that you need to be paying attention to.
Yep.
Like that is the number of people.
Retweets.
That's the number of people who looked at the shit that you did.
Yep.
So it's so important to realize, like, whatever you're putting out in the world, like, there are some places where you really know, but especially a place like Twitter where everyone, like, maybe you use it as like however you use it. There's a lot more people that have eyes on that than people who hit a heart button when they read that shit. Or on Instagram, like, just because someone's not liking it doesn't mean there isn't 50 times more people that are just seeing it. And so taking like whatever platform you have and using it to, you know, promote whatever it is you're about, whether that's positivity or you want people to grow, you want people to be more healthy, like whatever it is. You know, you just want people to see that they can be awesome, or you fucking all of your kick-ass gameplay, like whatever the fuck it is. Just because the number that you're focused on doesn't end up growing as much as you want it to, does not mean that everything else attached to it isn't growing or important. You know, I used to say a lot, like when we started doing this podcast, is like, okay, well, your stream only has 5 viewers. And you're like, ah, fucking that sucks. Yeah, I was like, what if those 5 viewers consisted like 2 of those people? What if it was like Jeff Bezos and fucking Oprah were 2 of those 5 people? You would feel completely fucking different.
Yep.
And that's what you were doing.
And that's people that judge who's around them based on who they are.
Yeah.
To me, and this is literally how I am, I will treat somebody who's the biggest motherfucker on the internet the same exact way that I would treat a person that can do nothing for me, that has given me no money, that has 0 followers. I value people so much more than I used to. Before I used to, you know, it used to be a little fucking clout chase. Oh, damn, he you know, he got numbers. Let me try to be cool with him. But you start realizing that means nothing. And let me give y'all this. For a second, say fuck the internet and it doesn't exist. If you have a little brother or a little sister, you don't realize how much they probably look up to you, how much every single thing you do sticks with them. And they care so much about every little thing that you do. And they catch that shit and they hold on to that. And when they're in their 20s, they're going to look back and they're going to be like, my big brother taught me this, you know, he did that. And a lot of people don't see that the stuff that you learn in school. That's why teachers are changing the way they teach now. They're teaching and learning that they're teaching people. You are not teaching a fucking
robot.
Like
not a robot designed to take a test.
My teachers fucking sucked. They were lesson plan curriculum motherfucking teachers and they were trash. That's why I dropped out of school.
Okay.
I didn't learn anything. But my mother is a teacher. And now she teaches the teachers how to teach. So I think she knows what the fuck she's doing if you're teaching the teachers how to teach the kids. But teachers hold so much power. And a lot of them just do it for a check and have no fucking clue. But if you look, teachers are changing the way that they teach. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the video of the older Caucasian teacher that she tells the kids in the morning when they get to the class, pick something on the wall. Do you want to hug? Do you want to dance? Do you want to high five? Like, and she starts their day like that. And
is that the one where she's got like a line of kids?
Yes. And she literally tells them, okay, what do you want, Jacob? All right, Tiffany, what do you want? And they pick what they want. That shit is going to stick with those kids for the rest of their lives. And they will be different, compassionate, loving individuals compared to these people that, all right, open your book to page 13. That doesn't do anything, you know? But that's going on a different tangent about how the educational system is trash.
But I think it still applies, right? Like, if you do what you do with intent, like with intent and focus, if you take, because like, how long did that probably think her to think up? Or, you know, like, how long was she like, you know what? Like, I bet every kid would love like a custom greeting. It was probably one evening, right? Like one evening.
Compared to the 2 months of writing a stupid ass lesson plan that nobody cares about. And
so this like 2 or 3 hours of thinking, just a little bit beyond the problem, is having a disproportionate impact on the lives of every single kid that she teaches. And that small amount of thoughtfulness that you can put into your stream or your tweets or your Instagram posts, whatever, like if you look at it and you're like, how could I make this better? How could I, like, just a little bit of time could change the way that things had, you know, impact people. Most of the shit.
Every time you're gonna say anything, especially if it's over the internet, remember that there is a real, living, breathing person on the other side of that, and that what you say can affect them in a positive manner, and to get kind of dark, you could make that person push over the edge and kill themselves.
I mean, that's
you have to remember what you're saying and how much it can affect someone. Like people just talk. They just talk. They don't care. They don't care what they're saying, how they're saying it, how it can affect somebody, what it could do to somebody's mood. They don't think about that anymore. They just think, oh, I'm going to say it and see what happens. But they're not realizing that the way you say something and who you're saying it to and how you say it can affect somebody insanely more than you think.
Just saying shit just to see what happens. I don't know, man. I got nothing but agree.
That's that
nothing
reaction mentality that I think the internet has created, where, oh, I'm gonna say this and see what reaction I get. I hate that mentality.
Yeah, I don't like I especially dislike when people are like, oh, well, you know, that's business. Like, oh, well, so-and-so is just talking mad shit on everybody online because that's how you get followers, and that's business, like, whatever. And then everybody's said, like, they know that everyone's going to move on or, like, whatever the fuck. So they just treat people like crap because it's going to get them more interaction. And that's not a good way to go about stuff. Like, that's the dark side of just trying to work 100%, you know, whatever the system is that you're in. You're like, oh, well, yeah, like, I know that if I'm a hateful piece of garbage that I'll probably get a lot more interaction on my tweets and on Instagram or whatever. But eventually, at some point down the line, you're probably ruining someone's life.
Yep.
You're making someone's life worse.
And at the end of the day, you're just going to sign out of your account.
Yeah.
Like, it
you're
doesn't
gonna
even
walk away
you.
And they're gonna sit there and they could be thinking about it for a month. I've had that shit happen to me where, like, some random offhanded comment that somebody said in my chat has been something I think about, or I still think about to this day. Because it sticks in there. Because you think about it all the time. It's important. What you say, what you do matters, and it's important. All right. Before, I feel like I need to have you on like once every 3 months.
I'm here.
No, I know.
I gotta go nowhere. So whatever you got, whatever we got to talk about, bring it up and let's chop it up. I'm in.
No, this is, oh no, my ship legit just sank out there. That's great. Should
have used Flex Seal.
I should have. Nah, this is more like I want people who are listening to this podcast to not be like, oh my god, I need to listen to 100 times a fucking time. No, we just need to have you more often. Okay, so we got 3 people who've been waiting incredibly patiently, so we're gonna get to you 3 guys in Discord here. So this is first person. This is Dusk. What's up, man? And we'll let Dusk figure out their audio mic situation. Hopefully. You gotta have Flex Seal, man. It fixes everything. All right, we're gonna let Dusk. We'll give him a second. We'll grab this guy. What's up, Kindle?
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. What's up, dude?
Not much. Just kind of listening in.
Awesome.
So
well, what can we do for you today?
And I thought, you know, I was always that guy who would sit around and ask, like, hey, what should I do to stream? And then you're like, well, just stream. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't really have any questions anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. But if you were gonna ask, or maybe
ask anything.
Yeah,
ask
or
anything.
maybe you've had some chance to think about, you know, a maybe more refined way to ask that question. Like, fucking ask away, dude.
Ask something specific.
So I was streaming today, and I'd say I had a pretty hefty one for myself, because I'm not normally like the sit down and stream for a long period of time.
Sure.
And I'm just sitting there literally like me and my friend are watching me and I'm like, all right, this is crushing morally. And I'm like, how do you keep the positive mentality like the whole time?
Why do you stream?
I stream because I like playing games and I want to entertain people.
Hide your viewer count.
Well, all right.
Why does your viewer count matter?
It lets me know like who's watching me, I guess. I mean,
Do you feel more appreciated if there's more people?
absolutely.
I can respect that. Now, if it's only your friend watching, right? And you stop thinking about the fact that you're streaming, do you have a good time playing video games?
Well, yeah, because I'm just playing games with my friends at that point.
Now, if you only did that and you sat in whatever directory of whatever game you're playing and you just had a good fucking time, do you think that someone coming in, seeing you having a good time, will stick around?
I'd like to think so.
Now, let me compare that to a person who is worried about their viewer count and who's looking over every 2 seconds, seeing if there's another person in there, checking their viewer list, spamming to see if chat's moving, you know, worried about that kind of stuff, worried about the statistics. I wouldn't stick around to a person who's doing that. I would, however, stick around, probably follow, consider watching and becoming a loyal if I just see you having a good time. Now, it might take you a while because sitting in anything under 5 viewers pushes you really far down in the directory.
Yeah.
So that, you're going to have to get some friends, bro. You're going to have to tell your homies, listen, open up this tab for me. Come play with me. Play with your friends. Find games that are multiplayers. Don't play single player games, you know? Make sure that you always have vibes and a different type of energy around you that you can feed off of. I don't play alone. I don't play alone. And the reason for that is because my personality is one where I feed off other people's energy and I can take in negative and give out positive. I'm really good at that. I'm good at taking in the bullshit that people are going through and making their entire mood change. But I learned how to do that. It took me time. I had to develop that characteristic so let's say I'm a 98 overall in 2K. That 99 that I got, I had to gain that attribute. That shit didn't come out of nowhere. I had to struggle with trying to find who I was, trying to find the vibe that I could give off, trying to know if I could feed off that mentality that someone has and give them something. If I can go into your channel and leave happier than I was before I got there, you changed my entire day. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
So you have to try to do that on a regular basis to where it just becomes natural. It just becomes a flow. Your entire stream just becomes a wave of energy that someone else can feed off of. You feel me?
Yeah.
Everything that Libra said, like 100%. Leaving people with a good impression, staying focused on all that stuff, is incredibly important. The one practical piece of advice I have about maybe taking that a little bit further is that, and I say this a lot on stream, and I'll say it to every single person who comes in wondering about how to get started, is you don't have to stay on Twitch. You really super fucking don't.
Very true.
Like, Twitch is fantastic. If live streaming is your thing, if gaming is your thing, Twitch is great. But I would heavily encourage you to go where the opportunity is painfully obvious. You know, there's a lot of people, and you can go back to listen to these older episodes of the podcast if you haven't. But there are folks that have literally been on this podcast, and I was like, why don't you try Mixer? Why don't you try Facebook or whatever? And now, a year later, they're over there, they're partnered, they quit their job, they're full-time, or they're like top 10 broadcasters on the platform that they're on. There's so much opportunity. So like, if you're good and if you got it, if you understand what you want to do, and you're ready to take that kind of energy to people, simply positioning yourself better, you know, positioning yourself on a platform, which is something you can do when you're getting started, can make a world of difference. You You know, you can look at one of my favorite folks we ever had on this podcast was a guy who was streaming on Mixer. I'm gonna look his shit up right now.
And also, don't be scared to take a chance, because if you want to be good at something, right? If streaming is your thing, you don't want to go and start on the most oversaturated. If I started streaming today and I was not already a Twitch partner and had my feet wet for 2+ years in this industry, I would go to Mixer. I would start on Mixer 1,000%.
Mixer or Facebook?
No, I wouldn't. Mixer or Facebook, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I would not come and start on Twitch to try to be a streamer. Not now. Not now.
We have, so a guy was on the podcast, one of my first ones ever. He was this Mixer streamer, was just getting started, and he was like, I want to, like,
hello?
Hey, what's up? You know, we'll have a,
Oh,
well, all right. So you know, he wasn't sure about it, and he was doing everything right. And now, you know, he's over on Mixer, and he's got like 5 times more followers. He's got 50,000 followers on that platform, which is a lot. You know, and he's full-time doing what he loves and building community there. So I think that take everything that we talked about and think through, like, what do you want to bring to the table, making sure you're focusing on the viewers who are actually there, and being grateful. Like, I say thank you at the end of every stream to everyone who's here, because I mean it, because you could be anywhere in the entire world, but you spent some time here with me. So
time is the one thing in this world you can never get back. And if a person chooses to spend 6+ hours on a regular basis with you, it means something.
It blows my fucking mind that people do that.
You could be anywhere else, bro. You could literally be anywhere else. This is a huge ass platform with hundreds of different games, with thousands and thousands and thousands of different streamers live at any given moment. If you choose to spend that time with me, I appreciate the shit out of you.
Yeah, man. So just like that mindset and that practicality, and go out there and find what you're looking for. You know, it might be on Twitch, it might be somewhere else, but I think that, you know, that's what you need to do. That's how you can stay positive no matter what you're working on.
Yeah, I'm not really gonna lie. I was really only aware of Twitch.
Yeah, most people are. But just like every, like, you know, just like there's 4 major news stations now, you know, like there's going to be multiple platforms. This is an opinion, but live streaming content, live content can only be consumed at one point in a time. And so, you know, you have Amazon, who owns Twitch, and now you have Microsoft, which owns Mixer, and you have Facebook, which is fucking Facebook, and they have a live streaming platform. And then now you even have Apple, who I believe owns or purchased through a subsidiary the live streaming platform Caffeine. So everybody is trying to get in on this live streaming shit, which is a fantastic opportunity for you as a creator. Could it end up like a monopoly? Could it end up like, you know, monolithic YouTube? I hope not, because that's not necessarily the best situation for the end consumer. But right now, while things are being formed up, there's a lot of opportunity in places that aren't just Twitch.
And you're not on a contract.
Yeah.
There is nothing holding you back. If you really, really wanted to, stream on every fucking platform.
Possibility.
Stream on every platform and see where there's an audience for you, for your specific content, for what you provide, for the vibe that you have. See where you can stand out at. You're not tied down. You're not in a contract. You can literally do whatever your heart desires, homie. You have to. It takes time. Don't expect it to happen in a month. Unfortunately, this is realistic. Don't expect it to happen in a year. It comes and goes. Shit happens. I got homies that been streaming for 3 times as long as me and can't even get partnered. I got homies that have to switch platforms on the regular, and they're decent content creators. It just, stuff doesn't fit. And also, if you have to be realistic with yourself, take a step back, put yourself, you know, outside of where you are and look at yourself, and remember that content creating is not for everyone. Some people are meant to just be part of a community. Some people are meant to be streamers. Everybody doesn't have to be a streamer to be part of a community or to create content. You could be cool on Twitter. You could make YouTube videos. You could do a lot more, you know?
That's true.
The live streaming is hard.
It's pretty tough.
Especially doing it full time.
Yeah. That's the truth. All right, man. Well,
it seems hard. Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you coming on, dude. You want to let it? Well, yeah, this is the best part now. You want to let everybody know where they can find you online, whether it's on Twitter or your Twitch or wherever you're at.
Get that clout, baby. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a mixer at this point now. I mean.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, but
what's
tell
your name?
everybody where they can find you now. Let them know what your name is so they know where they can find you, man. Someone's gonna listen to this in like 5 years and they're gonna want to go check up on you. I fucking promise.
So right now I'll be on twitch.tv/Kindle5200 and I'll find some way to make a mixer with hopefully the same name.
Fantastic, man. All right, it's Kindle 5200. That's what it was. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, man. You have an awesome day, and I appreciate you taking the time to be on with us today.
All right, thanks.
All right, man.
Wish you the best, homie.
What a nice guy. It always surprises me how few people know that there's like alternatives.
Yeah.
But there are. All right, this is Smitch. So we'll see if Smitch has anything to say, or maybe he wants to wind tunnel us, which is a good prank. What's up, man?
It was really loud in the waiting room.
He was in the waiting room too. I'm so sorry, dude.
It's all good. I muted him.
Okay,
Nice,
good.
that works.
Jesus Christ.
I just want to preface this by saying you may hear two voices because my fiance is also here with me.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Her name's Tater.
Hello. Hi, Tater.
The reason that is, I'll get to in a second, but it boils down to we stream together, and it's just the way that our audio is set up. So
No, that's wonderful. That's fine.
so I guess I kind of had two questions. I'll try and go through them quick if you don't mind.
That's fine. I mean, take your time. You're the last person we got on today, so you as much time as you want.
Okay, so as I said, me and my fiance, we stream together. We actually are both kind of on the same screen. We do our gameplay side by side. We have a camera for both of us, and we stream over on Facebook.
Wonderful.
And I was kind of curious some of your thoughts on how the platform is doing things thus far.
Sure. So from what I understand, and I have pretty decent knowledge of what Facebook's doing because I'm pretty good friends with Tim, Darkness429 over on Facebook. So from where they started to now, I feel like they've made a lot of really solid improvements. Most importantly, they just increased the length of time you can stream now, right? Like from 4 hours to 8.
Yeah, I think that's in testing with partners.
Testing with partners. Okay, yeah. I also know that they roll out things differently, which makes sense, but it's also frustrating, I'm sure, if you're not a partner.
Sometimes.
Facebook, I mean, yeah, it's okay to be frustrated, dude. So I feel like Facebook's doing a lot of things right as far as the live streaming space. Two of the things that I love that Facebook does is the like the video, there's like a special term, but it's like video linking or chaining, where they, you know, someone's watching a cat video, it'll show them a cat video, and then eventually it'll show them a live stream, which is one of the most insanely awesome discoverability tools that I've ever heard of in my life. Like, if I would have known on Twitch when I started streaming that, oh man, dude, if I just stream as much as I can every day, there's just going to be eyeballs automatically delivered to my content. Like there's going to be people who are going to find me after watching a cat video, which is also just a great introduction to your stream. Like, hey, I was just watching a cat video and now I'm watching two people play Minecraft. What the fuck's going on? You're like, oh, hey, what's up? I like cat videos, blah, blah, blah. So I think that's amazing. I don't know of any other really recent changes. I know the stars system that they rolled out, which is kind of like Twitch's bits, seems like a pretty standard microtransaction support base, and that makes sense to me. But yeah, like that's kind of where I'm at on Facebook. I think that, in my opinion, it's probably one of the best places for you to get started, especially if you have a mind for marketing, because you have incredibly powerful tools there, and you can obviously like boost posts and things like that to get going. Was there anything sort of specific that they've done recently that you had a question about?
Nothing so much that they've done recently, but kind of a more pointed question. I know I've heard you talk before about how you feel like the Twitch affiliate has kind of saturated the platform.
Yeah, there were some statistics recently that said about 9% of the people, and that's over 2 million, are affiliate or partner on Twitch as a platform. So
yeah,
one out of every 10 viewers is also a streamer who's got affiliate.
Yeah. So just like kind of down the same vein, I was curious if you think maybe Facebook made the Level Up program too accessible. And kind of to preface that, I don't know how familiar you are with the Level Up program.
I'm not. So why don't you drop a little knowledge? I know that it exists. And I know that I congratulated some people in DMs who were like, "Hey, I just got part of Facebook's Level Up program," and I was like, "Awesome, dude! Like that's great." And they're like, "Well, I mean, it's not partner or whatever the tiers are." So yeah,
yes.
Explain it to me a little bit.
So right now, kind
You're
of
educating
Facebook
everyone on the podcast. By the way, this is great. I love it when this happens.
Facebook right now has kind of two levels of monetization. They have Level Up, which the best way I know to describe that is like Twitch affiliate.
Sure.
And then they have Partner, which is kind of like a partner on Twitch. Right now, Partner is invite only, but Level Up actually gives you like these set things to achieve, very similar to affiliate, I believe.
Okay. Everything on Twitch is gamified at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but not nearly to the same degree. It's not like an achievement system. It's just like these are the things you have to hit, and then you can apply.
Gotcha.
Some of those things being streaming 4 hours in the past 14 days, having 100 followers on your page, and then I believe your page has to, they say like meets community standards, which boils down to has to have been a page for at least 30 days and not got banned or anything like that.
Sure. Yeah.
And honestly, that's kind of the grand total of what their requirements are to in order to start monetizing your stream. And once you get into that program, you unlock the ability for stars. And then I think depending on where you fall within the Level Up program, you can also unlock supporters and things like that. It's kind of gray area at this point. There's not really clear bounds on it, but
yeah. Okay. So one of the things that Facebook and all the tech giants do is they feature copy each other, which is like, you know, before Facebook bought Instagram, you know, Instagram came out with features, and then Instagram saw the Snapchat system of stories, and they're like, oh, fuck that. Well, I want that. So they built stories into Instagram. And now stories are like kind of a default part of sharing on any sort of platform. So when now that I know more about the Level Up program, it sounds a hell of a lot like the affiliate program, probably because it's supposed to be exactly like the affiliate program. One difference that I see between Twitch and Facebook is Facebook's still really young when it comes to how it handles this, which means that culturally there aren't sort of certain expectations on the platform about how things work. So yeah, there's a lot of things that can be said about opening up monetization too soon to people. But I think one of the big issues that I had with Twitch when affiliate came out, and one of the bigger issues for the platform as it's evolved, is like when you give everyone access to monetization, it can create weird problems. And what I saw happen on Twitch when they launched affiliate, when I saw Twitch launch affiliate, I watched what I would have considered the middle class of Twitch just sort of get obliterated. And everybody was getting affiliate that first month, and so everybody stopped supporting whoever and went to go support their friend. And then it was like this sundering of anyone who was averaging like 100 to 200 viewers. And now, like, that stabilized, but you know, that big hit that happened to, you know, a lot of my friends and everyone else was tough. So I also think that the platform growing up with a program like that makes it a little bit more understood part of the path, as opposed to introducing it further on along the lines, if that makes any sense.
It does.
So I wouldn't be too terribly worried about that. I would just, you know, advise the same thing that I do about anyone who has access to monetizing their platform is, as you're growing, you should try and hold off on that as long as you can, and put pressure on your viewership to help you grow instead of give you money, which is a continuous and purposeful choice that I make to this day, which is why, like, I have this podcast, which is free, instead of starting up some sort of stream coaching service where I'd have people pay me on Patreon to do literally this, but I'd be making money. If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we recently got in the Level Up program at the beginning of the year, and we have all the stars and stuff unlocked, but we very much don't push it. Like, we had
that's
a
fine.
friend come in and drop,
I'm also not telling you not to make money if you can, but it's a balance.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, if we can support our hobby by streaming, that would be nice. But
yes.
I mean, we're just there to hang out with people, so.
No, then that's fucking wonderful. Yeah, so like, I've definitely said this before about the affiliate program on Twitch, and I guess now I feel this way about the Level Up program as well. If you can pay for your hobby by engaging in your hobby, it's a no fucking brainer. You're like, oh shit, I can play video games and it pays for my video games. That's great, especially if you like it. You know, I think that's fantastic, and that's a good place to kind of start from. It's like
how long have you guys been streaming?
Yeah.
So it's a loaded question. So we actually originally got into streaming as part of a charity event called Extra Life.
Oh yeah, I know Extra Life. Extra Life's great.
Yeah, so we used to only stream on game day so that our family and friends, and like if we got local sponsors and stuff, they could kind of see what we were up to while we were doing that. And it was a once a year thing we did.
Yeah.
But then starting about a week or two before the event this year, we really we decided like, hey, we did a couple of streams. This makes us really happy. Like, it's something we want to keep doing. So we really started hitting it hard probably November-ish of last year.
And how do you feel about streaming as a whole? What is it to you?
Honestly, both of us are extremely antisocial in person, but streaming has kind of given us a way to be social with people in the comfort of our own home. Because the reason we're antisocial is because we have extreme anxiety. So in large social situations,
to the club,
we get
by the
anxiety.
way. Yeah. So I feel that.
But yeah, so it's kind of just a way for us to hang out with people without raising that anxiety level. And honestly, we come home from our jobs and we can't wait to get started streaming because that's what makes us happy now, just interacting with people and being able to share that with other people.
Gotcha. So let me, do you know why you guys are going to be successful?
Why is that?
First of all, you're unique. Second of all, it's not your job. Third of all, you stand out to any person, anywhere that is searching for anything. And you're already in the right mindset. The only thing that can ever hold you guys back is yourselves. You guys will be successful, I promise you. Because not only are you in it for the right reasons, you have all the tools and you have an insanely huge head start on anyone else forever because you're unique. You will always stand out. You will always be ahead of the curve. And as long as you keep going the way you're going, you guys will be successful, especially on Facebook.
Fully agree.
I promise you that.
We appreciate the kind words.
Yeah,
Very
well,
much
I mean,
so.
It's literally just a fact from hearing everything you've said. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have everything. You got to keep going. And don't ever second guess your content because your content will always be different.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you stream as a couple means that you're always going to have something that's unique. You're going to relate to naturally, 50% more people in an organic way than I do. I mean, like at the end of the day, we're all people, but like, if I was sitting here with Amy every day, like that would fucking double the amount of people who are like, oh shit, because like she would be talking about food and all the other shit that she loves, and you all have divergent interests, so you're casting a much wider net. Like there have been so many really successful starts on Twitch with people who are like streaming as a couple, or people who dual stream all the time, and then fumbles that I've seen, and there's some people who keep doing it. That's not saying like everyone on Twitch right now who streams as a duo sucks, because that's not true. Like there's folks like Lucky and Buttwipe who do a fantastic job, but there's a lot of power in having a consistent partner every day. So embracing that, and I think it'd be safe to say that you're probably one of very few people who are a couple that streams, especially on Facebook, because it's so new. So taking advantage of that and, you know, staying in love with what you're doing every single day it's not going to do anything but help you win.
Think about how many people use watching streams or video games in general as an escape from their day-to-day relationship. Now imagine someone who, it's a fact. Now imagine how many people do that and then see a couple doing it and then bring their significant other, hey, look at these guys. They're doing this together. I usually escape from you by watching this type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you watch it with me?
Yeah, there's
you literally can
so
start
many.
with a fan base of any number and double it.
It's true.
Instantly.
It's true.
You just have to literally just keep going.
Yeah,
I like
think
that you're both
was-
so happy right now. I can hear you laughing. It's great.
Yeah, we're very happy. Like I said,
And by the way, to keep it really honest, this is coming from a person that'll tell you if your shit sucks.
True.
I'll literally tell you exactly what I think at all times.
I think that's all the questions we had. We do appreciate all the kind words from you guys, though.
Oh, for sure, man. So, you know,
Anytime.
yeah, I'm excited for y'all on Facebook. I had one piece of advice on that platform right now is figure out if you have the extra money and you feel like screwing around, you can do one thing on Facebook that you can't do anywhere else, which is advertise your stream natively on platform. So, you know, if you've got your setup all finished or whatever, and you're trying to grow whatever you've got, pay attention to your metrics and like where people are watching you, and like target advertise to those people or the friends of those people, because it will help you grow by word of mouth at a really exponential rate. So that is like some practical advice to send you on your way. Thank you so much. And also let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah, so we are Tater and Smitch. Tater like tater tot, and Smitch like snitch, but with an M.
God, that name's great.
You better put that on a t-shirt
Right?
immediately. If I don't see a campaign from y'all on a t-shirt, dog, I'm gonna be real pissed.
Tater and
You know how
Smitch.
much you could do? Just literally do a tater's tot and like a golden snitch from Harry Potter and just put a big ass M on it or something. Something unique. By the way, you're welcome. You can have that. I don't need any money
Yeah.
for it.
We'll look
And
into
just
that.
do it.
Yeah. Awesome. Tater and Smitch on Facebook. So it's
Facebook,
yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, all those guys.
Oh, you're everywhere. These people
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Yeah,
these
same
people,
name.
people know what the fuck
Same
they're doing.
That's
Yeah.
branding, by the way.
That's yes, very smart. If you guys can post it in chat if you want, or one of my mods can go grab your Facebook
Stream
link.
chat.
Yeah, it's my chat right now. Yeah, like in the
Yeah.
in Twitch chat. Yeah.
And we actually need to go because we are a few minutes late going live. So.
Oh, okay. I'm so
Sounds
sorry.
good. You get to go
No,
live with
you're
a whole
fine. We
new
wanted to
energy
talk to
now.
you guys,
Thank you very
so-
much. Yeah, chat. Guess what? You can go watch Tater and Smitch right now on Facebook, fb.gg.
Thank you
All
guys.
right.
Thank
Bye,
you.
folks. I felt bad. They're late, but they hung out and they chatted. Libra, thank you so much for joining me today. I think that we
Anytime.
have absolutely dumped an assload of knowledge on people, and this has convinced me that we need to be together more frequently.
Just so you're aware, I have this weird ass pirate game that you're playing.
Oh,
So,
I know.
You know.
But I got another thing I got to go do next, because that's how my
Oh
schedule
no,
works.
I know. I'm saying
So,
for
so what
future.
you're saying is we should play weird ass pirate game together? Is that what you're saying?
I'm 100% down
Mm-hmm.
for that.
Well, I will be streaming a lot more and a lot later, a lot more often. So,
I like that.
Fucking
the sound of that is
yep.
good.
yep. So again, let it just you know, do your bumper. Let everyone know where they can check you out, and also listen to your music.
Oh yeah. Oh, listen. Let me get my clout real quick. Anybody who's on Spotify right now, as you're listening, type LibraLebron in the search bar, and you can listen to all of my music. I'm actually releasing a song in like a week. So, and the reason I'm so passionate about that is because aside from the gaming stuff, aside from the inspiring people, aside from the Twitch positive shit, aside from the Twitter rants and all that stuff, my music is what I really, really love. Like, that's what I care about. That's where my passion is. But everywhere else, I'm just LibraLebron. LibraLeb as in boy, RON. No, I do not watch basketball. I'm not affiliated with him in any way, shape, or form. But if that could get me a check, that's my cousin.
Yes, Libra does music, and it's good. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to everything that you're going to be dropping soon. So yeah, give him a follow. If you're listening to the podcast, if this is your first time or your 100th time or whatever, thank you so much for giving us the time of day. I appreciate the living shit out of you. Make sure to subscribe or leave a rating or like whatever you want. But most importantly, please share this with somebody who you think needs to hear it. That's what I care about more than anything else. And for myself and Libra, thank you very much. And we will talk to you next time. Peace.
We appreciate you.
You're
You
the best.
matter.